Rusty Quill presents The Pit Below Paradise. Episode 2. Happy Place.
Cuts around her fingers. I noticed because she held on the 2 fence posts the first time she talked to me. The only part of her I could see besides her face. Infection, I thought. And just like that, she wasn't alive anymore.
Hey, do you want to be doing that? You're supposed to be in school right now, right?
Aren't you?
Yeah. So where's the body?
Doctors bring it over once I say so.
You missed a day last week, too. Is this where you were?
I'm the gravedigger. This is more important.
How old are you?
Old enough to be the gravedigger.
Yeah, but do you want to be one? You know, my dad's looking for work. We're new to town. We don't usually stay in places long, but he said it's different this time. Said he's gonna get a job. He might mean it. He could do this.
Who are you?
I'm Ruth. Does your family need the money or something? 'Cause I could ask him...
Look, I'm busy.
What's your name? I'll ask him. See you in school.
Back then, allowing any room for someone in life was like digging a grave. It was preparing a space to eventually bury them, assuming you had the capacity to admit it when they left for good. I'd seen it happen plenty of times. A burial without a funeral. The only difference is, the earth in your chest knows when it's been cheated.
Boring.
How long have you been there?
Long enough to yawn. Do you really like this stuff?
Now you're bothering me at school?
Can I see your book?
No.
Can I keep reading over your shoulder?
I can't stop you.
Song of the Trees by Mary Colburn Veal. We are the trees, our dark and leafy glade.
You can't read out loud.
I just did.
Why are you doing this?
Maybe I want a friend too.
2?
Yeah. You know books don't count, right? I've seen you, head down all day, walking alone. This town is so empty. I thought we could be...
I don't care what you thought. Harass someone else.
Hot today. You got water?
Miss Moore let me fill up at her house.
She's good people. Hope you took out her trash.
Excuse us, please, Marshal. Will, come with me.
What do you need the kid for?
As you pointed out, it's very warm today. Ought to make sure Will isn't overexerting while I'm here. In the shade, perhaps? How are you doing? Are you all right?
Fine, Dr. Avery.
You know you can stop. Your uncle will understand.
Right.
We all will. We'll find another solution.
Like a machine? Even if that old excavator worked, you'd still need someone to operate it. Maybe Marshall could come back, but he's sure been enjoying retirement so far.
We're still broadcasting ads daily, for mechanics and diggers alike. Before you know it, someone will come through.
You haven't heard of anyone new in town looking for work?
No, but I promise we'll find the answer. This isn't forever.
I'm not weak.
You still need to take care of yourself.
No more than you do, Doctor. When you die, you're gonna tear a hole in the world for a few hours at least. But then, town will have to start making do. And we will. When I fill over your coffin, I'll get the last word. You were kind to me. But it wasn't enough to save either of us. You have to get back.
I'll ask around and see if anyone can pitch in for a while. Give you a break.
Sure, they'd pitch in. For a shift or two, someone might come out and help. The doctor's guilt would be eased, and I'd pretend to believe it was a turning point for me. But not so much that I'd seem crushed when I inevitably took up the shovel again.
So, what do you usually think about while doing this? Do you have a radio?
What are you doing here?
Painting the scenery. What does it look like I'm doing?
You can't be here.
So I should go find that doctor and say you aren't accepting any help?
We all have a job. That's just fair. Why won't anyone let me do mine?
Why won't you accept even the slightest bit of help?
I thought you were supposed to be asking your dad.
I'll be better help anyway. I know how to do everything he knows how to do.
But why would either of you want to do this?
Why do you? I can't pick this too? You don't know anything about me, so quit trying to tell me what I can and can't do.
With that look on her face, she didn't exactly come alive again, but I could see her holding on to some deep-seated anger, the same way a ghost would. And in that way, Ruth became different from everyone else.
What?
Sorry. You should be careful. People don't want to take on work in Silver Falls. There's too much. If people start to need you around, you won't ever be able to leave.
I couldn't go anywhere without my dad anyway.
When you're older, you could.
I guess. So how about some music?
She stayed until we filled in, then came back for the next grave, and the next one, and almost every grave for 3 years we dug together, Ruth and me, until our hands bore all the same stains, and our backs were molded under the same burdens.
That's none of your business.
Like hell
Oh,
it
no.
isn't. You're always my business. Don't think you can dodge me just 'cause you got tall. Wipe that look off your face.
I hate you. If you don't give it back, I swear to God.
You what? Remember, Bear, I taught you every trick you know.
You can't control me forever.
And where you gonna go now?
Will, there you are.
Yeah,
Back
I heard
here! Where you going?
Nowhere! Just like you said.
At least you know it.
Come on. Come to the window. Sweet is the night air. Only from the long line of spray where the sea meets the moon-blanched land, listen. You hear the grating roar of pebbles, which the waves draw back and fling, at their return up the high strand. Begin and cease, and then again begin, with tremulous cadence slow, and bring the eternal note of sadness in. All right, Matthew Arnold, you're pissing me off. I'm done. Trade.
We're the trees.
Wow, surprise, surprise.
Shut up. Our dark and leafy glade bands the bright earth with softer mysteries. Beneath us, changed and tamed, the seasons run. In burning zones, we build against the sun. Long centuries of shade.
He found the money I've been saving. It's gone. Sorry, it's so stupid. God, I'm never getting away from him, am I? He is the thing I actually will never escape.
I don't believe that.
I'd take 1,000 years in this dead-end town over one more night in that house.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. What would you do if I did something?
Maybe I'd do something too.
Like?
Trade. Coming from Ruth, that should have been a real warning. But I didn't want a warning. I wanted her to pick me. Again. Despite everything. So I didn't hear it. I could have blamed her for what she did next, but no. I really couldn't. Because of that one rule, that kept every miserable inch of Silver Falls from collapsing under the weight of its own weariness. When you get the chance to run, you take it. When someone wants to run, you don't get in their way. And you can't blame a ghost for disappearing.
You not done out here? Will,
Be home soon.
you haven't even filled in yet. It's dark. That my bottle?
Oh, shit, yeah, no. I'll get you another.
God damn it, get in the truck.
That night, you don't leave a body exposed to the open sky, no matter what a gravedigger bends before their responsibilities do. Most of the time, I could manage, but that night, I watched Marshall snap up the dirt and pitch it just as quickly back into the open chasm of the earth like it was slop that disgusted him. He looked at most things like that.
Give me that. You're gonna be out here at sunrise to finish the rest, and if I ever catch you drinking on the job again, you're gonna know the meaning of the word sorry.
She doesn't know.
What the hell are you talking about? Who?
Ruth. You remember Ruth?
Ruth? What was she? Is she the,
The other gravedigger. My best friend.
All right. Right. Whatever happened to her, huh? She's somewhere in here too, huh?
No, she got out. She went to the coast, if I had to guess. She used to talk about... Never mind. But that's her father, and she won't know he's dead.
If she ran off, sounds like she gave up the right to know.
Marshall died less than a year later. He had long since given up the right to know me. And he died unaware of a letter sitting on my desk. Not from Ruth. I hadn't heard from her since the night she vanished. No. This letter was my chance.
What do you need the kid for?
Come in.
Hi, Dr. Avery.
Well, good to see you. What do you need?
I wanted to talk to you about something.
College placement. I can't say I'm surprised. Congratulations on the offer.
Thanks. I'm asking to stop. Not forever, but
Will,
Yes?
you are dismissed. This hospital refuses to work with you any longer. I've been waiting a long time to say that.
But will you be alright?
We will. I'll make sure of that. To not hurry back to this town.
I still wasn't used to every face I saw being a new one.
Hand out the quizzes. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
As always, the calculations came reflexively. Adult. In his prime. Stressed. Heart gives out. Tunnel visioned too, so he could be killed in an accident. Resented. A few mourners.
Yes, now what would you like? Oh, it's on me. If you don't tell me, I'll guess.
Not so resented, then. He'd leave a few scars behind, but that was all. He'd wear a suit, dirty, which would chafe to one side or the other when the coffin was lowered. Then the world would move on. But I'd trained myself not to think of those things. We are the trees. Our dark and leafy glade bends the bright earth.
Hot citrus for Will.
With soft mysteries.
Oh my god. Will?
Ruth. Hi.
Hi. Wow, I should have expected you'd end up at school here. I guess I didn't realize how long it's been. Anyway, here's your drink.
I have to tell you something.
Okay.
I don't know if you know since you haven't been back to Silver Falls, but it's about your dad.
Oh, thank God. He's dead, right?
How'd you hear?
I have been back to Silver Falls.
Oh. You never...
Yeah. Sorry, I know I should have said something, but... I don't know, I was gone for, years, and I assumed you had better things to do than get caught up in my drama again. And I didn't even know how permanent this was all going to be, so...
No, yeah. Oh, you don't owe me an explanation or anything. I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah. It's good to see you. I should get back to work, though.
Yeah. Okay.
You call that a reunion? Could you have been more obnoxious? All the times you pictured seeing him again. I'm sure he'll want to pick up right where things left off. No. You wrecked it. Focus and move on. You have so much more to worry about. You know,
Bear, these things wouldn't happen if you didn't leave a mess behind everywhere you went.
Ruth, come on. Orders are stacking up.
Sorry.
Seriously, you left your radio on? Come on, I just need you to come over here and help me, alright?
Oh my god, relax. I need to answer this. I'll be right back. Hello?
Ruth? It's Mayor Levesque, returning your call.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about my dad's old house.
Ah, yes.
By any chance, is it still empty?
Very much so. Ruth,
Would I have a claim to it? I need a place to stay.
I thought you were only back in the area to attend school. Don't they provide campus housing? Ruth? Are you there?
Yes, yeah. I was out on the coast, but I couldn't really afford to keep my place out there. And now my housing here is getting revoked because of my grades, so... Anyway, I'm trying to figure something out. It'd be a drive, but theoretically I could still commute from Silver Falls if I had a claim to my dad's house. Do I have any options? Can I come down and see the place?
I don't necessarily think that's a good idea.
Please. I'll pay for any utilities, rent...
It's not that. We may need to have a longer discussion about all of this. Could you get down here tomorrow morning?
Yes, I'll be there. Thank you.
Take care, Ruth.
Don't worry, Bear. I'm sure you'll do whatever it takes to survive.
From the outside, it looked like a house. And I'm sure I looked like a person looking at anything, parked by the curb and trying not to think. All my things were in the back. I could feel every box and bundle staring at me as the invisible knife in my gut twisted. Don't show fear. Don't show grief. If you get the chance to run, you take it. If you get any chance, you take it. It was a better philosophy to follow than the one I had for most of my life. Listen to Dad. Follow orders. Survive. What was I doing? Obviously, I couldn't live here. Ugh.
Ruth, everything all right?
Hey, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, thanks for meeting me.
Sorry to hear you're in such a rough spot. I'd like to do what I can to help.
Thank you. Can we maybe talk inside?
Actually, inside's what I wanted to talk to you about. Come, let's take a look. After you.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
If he's gone, why is all the furniture still here?
There was no point in moving it. No one needed the house.
What happened?
Henry.
No way. My dad was... there was some mold and some problems, but he would not have lived like this.
With all due respect, Ruth, you were gone. How could you know?
Because he wasn't like that. He was strict and controlling. This was his house, you know?
Well, from my perspective, it belonged to Vicky King and her son. They took the two of you in, but you were so young, so maybe you didn't see the whole picture.
Which is?
When you'd left, he'd finally lost everything. First, Vicky became ill. She left the house to Henry. Her son, he was nearly an adult at that point. What reason did he have to stay without her? And you didn't even make it to 16 before running away. Which left Henry all alone for how many years? 5 more? The rats couldn't do all this, not in this amount of time. Rot like this needs consent.
Can I go into the other rooms?
Would you like to?
I need to see something.
All right, we can. Just for a minute.
The smell is worse up here. It's weird.
I imagine so.
Like being in one of my nightmares. I have them all the time. Sometimes I forget the real last time I was here. I dropped 2 floors out of that window. Messed up my wrist so bad it never healed right. You want to hear how it clicks?
Oh, Ruth.
Had a bike back then. Rode it 6 miles to Davis bus station just to dump it there. It wasn't until I dropped the kickstand that I realized I'd gone without looking back. It's like it chased after me.
I'm sure anyone would find that difficult.
Sorry. I didn't mean to dump all that on you. It's been a while since I had anyone I could talk to.
Oh, Bear. If you need someone, I'm always here.
You're right. It's starting to make sense. Want to know where it all started?
This is all very unpleasant, Ruth. Maybe we should head back downstairs, outside even.
Unpleasant. You don't even know. That dresser is where it started. I mean the mold, not my all-consuming resentment of my abusive father. Ignore the fact that you can't breathe for a little while longer, Mr. Mayor. You'll get good at it. I'm 13 years old, and I only want to rearrange my room. The bed goes from this corner to that one. Desk rotates towards the window. Then, I go to move the dresser. I get beside it, plant my hands, and give it a good push. Poof. A huge gust of spore wind flies straight into my body. A big wet patch of black is sitting there on the wall. God knows how long it'd been growing there, while I slept 8 feet away. The back of the dresser had little dark spots, like charcoal fingerprints. I begged him to do something about it. And he did. He pushed the dresser back where it was, and walked away. I bought a ream of heavy-duty tape to seal the air in. Started storing my clothes in that basket. Everything went back where it was. I lived around it for as long as I could. Guess it spread.
Wait, Ruth. You really need to wear a mask.
There's something I hid. I thought maybe someday someone would find it. The next family who lived here, or the construction workers who tore the place down. I want to see if Bear is still under here.
Ruth, it's really not safe.
You're right. Nowhere was safe. You know, this was supposed to remind me of my mom. It was the only thing of hers I ever had. I never knew her. Slept with it every night. But it was what he called me, so I had to leave it behind. And now, I can't pick up my Bear again. I guess the mold would have gotten to it anywhere, but if he poisoned everything he touched, what does that mean for me?
I may have a solution. Let's get some fresh air. Come, Ruth. Please.
We sat under the window of the room where Vicky's son once slept, until he left. Why is it that other people leave, but you run?
They buried us, Bear. It is so easy for everyone else to forget we were ever even here.
You don't make things easy for yourself.
Well, since this house is a goner, what solution can you give me, Mayor Levesque?
It's Silver Falls. Of course, we have plenty of empty houses. There's one small caveat to you claiming one, though.
No, there isn't. You know I'll work for it.
On top of your life at school, I don't want to see you overworked. But in a town as small as this one, it is a necessary aspect of the housing agreement.
Okay. Do you want to see me living out of my car instead?
Of course not. The simplest alternative I can offer is not one I think you're gonna like.
Do people do things because they like them? You don't have to be delicate. Say it.
As I understand, your old job is available. We've been shipping as many of the dead back to their respective towns as we can, but there's still those at the hospital who are unclaimed, 2 at present, and kept on ice.
You need me then.
It's flexible enough work, and infrequent enough that your daily schedule will remain largely your own. However, you're young. I understand if you don't want to go back to...
digging graves. It's just digging graves. Come on, I don't have time for this. Get off. What the? Oh.
Hi. Sorry. Hide.
What?
Sorry, that was a little rough.
Dorian.
Wait, is that?
Oh no, he's gonna blow it for me.
Who are you? What is going on?
Don't lose sight of the road, and I won't lose sight of you. We can't spread out. I say we wait in the parking lot. He'll have to come out sometime.
Dorian.
Or the roommate will find him and drag him out for us. We have a job to do, Evelyn.
Wow, I would not have guessed that in a million years.
Were those women following you?
Dorian, I'm about to leave.
Caw-caw! Caw-caw! There you are. Sorry for running off. I thought I saw someone, but, it was just a woodpecker. Do you birdwatch?
That's what you were going to ask me? After you started yelling about being followed and abandoned me on the... Oh. Hi again?
Hi.
Again?
What are you doing here?
You know her?
Right now, I'm getting shoved into bushes by your...
best
Roommates.
friend. Ah. Well then.
Okay. I've got places to be.
Wait,
What?
you've got some dirt on your chin.
Oh, thanks. I just got off work, didn't have time to shower before class.
Work?
Yeah.
How did you end up...
Hey, Dorian, is it? If you ever are being followed and you want to catch them, you can't turn around and start chasing. You've got to spring a trap. Anyway, I need to get to class. Case studies are real torture.
Case studies? Case studies are part of the sophomore curriculum. You've been back for over a year?
Will, I'm sorry. I really don't have time for this.
Are you trying to... Fine.
Fine?
She wanted to leave.
She didn't say that.
This really doesn't have anything to do with you, Dori.
Sure it does. You're my roommate. And my friend. And I want to help. Talk to me.
It's way too complicated.
Well, then it sounds like something that can't be waved away with fine.
It doesn't matter now. I don't know why, but she's clearly pushing me away. I'm not gonna keep pushing back. Whoever said some things never change probably wanted to sound very smart. Of course things change. That's all they ever do.
Silver Falls Chief Surgeon.
Dr. Avery? It's...
Will, how are you? How's school? Will, is everything all right?
Why was Ruth digging graves yesterday? You've always acted so concerned. But when it's not me, how long have you known she... Why would you let her come back but push me out?
You weren't pushed out. You decided to leave, and I supported you.
Please, you've been trying to play the hero since I was a child.
Because you were a child. You still are.
Where...
And I didn't tell you, because what goes on here no longer concerns you. I believe you have big things on the horizon. A future that could really change the way things are, if you were just given the proper tools.
Unlike her?
Will.
You don't get to use her.
Was that about, the name you told me not to say? Is everything okay?
We're still not saying it. Even things that had already happened changed. Your perception of them. Delayed feelings. There was nothing in life you could hold on to. Let alone anything worth the pain. There was no reason
to care.
Hey, Dr. Avery. I'm out of class for the night, so of course I'll come down. I'm leaving campus now, just need to stop home and change before I get started, but if I don't hear from you by the time I'm done, I'll call the hospital directly and let someone know. Oh, you're joking. Ugh. Come on.
Ruth? Hi. I don't know if you remember me, but my name's Dori. I'm Will's roommate.
I remember.
Is there something wrong with your car?
Uh-huh.
Can I ask you a question?
If it's about Will,
Who's Will? I was gonna ask if you might be a little stressed out.
Am I stressed? That's a good one. My car won't start, and my shit grades got me kicked out of housing, so now I'm sleeping on a rented floor. But at least I've still got 2 jobs and a useless college career to juggle. Everyone I've ever met hates me, which just proves my dad was always right about me. And let's throw him onto the pile, too. Why do I have to drive past his house every day to get to school, or walk past his grave every time I show up to work? Again, that's job number 2, in case you forgot. And with all this going on, why is it that the thing I think about most is still how I betrayed my friend to get here?
He thinks you've been avoiding him.
Maybe I have.
Have you?
Has he been avoiding me? He's pissed. I can tell.
I think you two just need to talk to each other.
What I need is to get my car running so I can go to work.
Job number 2. Of course.
Of course. You have no horse in my race. Does something about me just scream screw up?
You haven't screwed up. Please don't make yourself feel bad. You live in a mean world is all.
You don't?
There's always a bright side, but you have to learn how to find it. I imagine we were raised very differently. Look, you've got someone who owes you. Someone who's been looking for an opportunity to repay you.
Will's been doing what?
Not Will. You kept my secret back by the creek. You didn't have to. So, what would make your car work right now?
You're serious?
Hey, Maxine, Evelyn, come out here a sec. I've gotten better at spotting them, and thanks to your advice, we've even managed to lay down some ground rules.
Who are they?
Family of mine.
Dorian, is everything all right?
Yes, thank you, but it's Dori right now. My friend's car won't start. Could we help her?
We're not here to run tedious errands for you.
We agreed that watching me also means watching over me, right? I bet it's an easy problem. Right, Ruth?
Anybody got a light?
Here.
Thanks. Yeah, damn, I see it. One of my belts is worn down. Battery must have died.
Evelyn, what do you think?
I can radio John. If he has a replacement, he could be here in an hour.
Perfect. See, you're in good hands, Ruth.
Won't Will start to wonder where you are?
He knows I like to take long walks. I just hate to see you stranded again halfway to town.
And murdered on the side of the road. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. So, I get that it's none of my business, but if this is my last chance to say something, you should at least know Will still cares about you.
Dori, you seem nice. Thank you, really, for your help. But I don't know if I can talk about this with you.
Don't you want to fix it?
Fix what? It's not a thing. It's not my car. I can't stick a wrench in the past and change what I did or how someone feels.
But if you both want to talk...
Does he? Did he say that?
Well, no. Not exactly.
Then I'm not going to drag everything up again.
What if he did?
Look, he doesn't want that.
But I thought you were friends.
We were.
And wouldn't you like to be friends again?
I said I'm done talking about this. If you keep pushing it, I'll pull over and you can go ride with your friends.
All right. Okay. Oh, you work here? A graveyard, huh? No wonder it makes Will sad.
Okay. Can you do something for me? Can you tell him you saw me kicking my car, screaming into my radio, and, I don't know, I punched someone who got too close. I don't want to let him down again.
No, I'm sorry. I don't think I can do that.
Figures. Well, thanks for the help tonight. Genuinely.
You're welcome. Well, hope I'll see you around, but I do have one other thing I gotta do tonight, so, take care.
Bye. There you go, leaving yet another thing behind. The same thing, over and over, but still never making it very far. Is this feeling what people long for when they talk about home? This sense of being shaped and sprouted off from something so much bigger than you. Of feeling yourself rip every time you move. Somebody needs to finish this. Or else, what is the point of getting up when I'm knocked down? I'm the last one standing. You dragged me through every godforsaken town in this country. You let me sleep in car trunks and bushes and still shouted when I cursed. You didn't even stop because you loved me. You stopped because you forgot about me. Started over. But you still didn't let me leave. I lost every chance I ever had because of you. I'm still losing things. I'm still fighting with you all the time. You don't get to be heartbroken over me, or see all the things I'll do without you. You will be here forever. I still have time, and I'm getting out of my own way. I am going to live. Hello? Dori talked to you, didn't she?
If I'm being an ass, I'll leave. I don't know what I did, though.
Nothing.
Okay. You don't have to do this if you're in a bad mood.
I'm always in a bad mood.
Even when you were on the coast?
Why would you say that? If you want to say something, say it. Don't be snide and then pretend you didn't mean it.
You left.
Yeah.
To the place that you've always looked forward to. I never heard from you again. I didn't even know if you made it.
Well, I did.
What happened to make you come back?
Nothing.
Then why won't you talk about it?
Because it's done. I can't go back there.
But you would if you could.
No. I don't know. I don't have a plan, Will. And who are you to put words in my mouth? Yeah, we knew each other once, but clearly we've changed. We don't have to pretend that we're still those people. We don't owe each other anything.
Fine. If that's what you want.
And you know what? You're being a hypocrite. Just because I got the chance to run and it happened to take me farther than you doesn't give you the right to be pissed at me. What would you have done in my place?
I would have stayed.
No, you wouldn't.
I did.
You didn't.
I did. I still live in Silver Falls. I'm coming back to my house once I finish school. I'm not going to leave.
You still can't get mad at me.
I've been mad at you.
And that's exactly why.
But it's my problem.
Then why the hell are you taking it out on me?
Isn't that what we've both been doing?
I have been shouting, haven't I? Sorry.
It's hard for me to let go. I'm sorry too.
I know I put you through hell. Disappearing overnight, never radioing.
Why didn't you?
I figured if I couldn't be here, a clean break was better. Things that hit you hit hard. Like I said, I still don't have a plan for where I'm going. But hey, you could still get out. You've got your chance. Me being back shouldn't stop you.
I don't care about getting out. What's out there? Why does everyone want to put all this pressure on me?
Whoa. What?
There's no such thing as getting out. It doesn't matter where you go, you can't not be the person who buried bodies here. No matter where you end up on this planet, you'll only find more of the same.
Do you really think that?
There's no point talking about it.
That's not true. You're not okay. Oh my god, I forgot you're not okay. Will, listen. You don't have to do this on your own. When we were kids, we worked this job together. That's how I saved up money. That's what got you out of your stupid uncle's house when I came knocking. Everything fell apart for both of us when I ran. I'm not saying I didn't need to then, but what I am saying is we survived when we were a team.
It was hard then, leaving?
That's not the point. Of course it was hard. It was like I ripped myself out of place, and I told myself I would get used to it. But it never stopped hurting. And I never got used to being somewhere else, and I never got to come home again. The point is, I knew it would hurt you, but I did it anyway. When I left and when I pushed you away. You didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. And if you're mad, you have every right to be, and we should wait to talk about it until you aren't. Until we aren't.
I'm not mad.
You aren't?
I was only angry because you're important to me. Always have been.
Turns out the only good part about living on the coast was not being myself. Of course it was all going to blow up on me. I thought I made friends there, but you should have seen it. Fancy clothes, pushover parents. I was the only one who had a job.
Sorry, wait. You were hanging out with rich kids?
Shut up. Obviously they turned out to be idiots. I know.
How did that even happen?
I mean, you meet one rich kid, they think you're quirky, so you start getting invited to fancy parties and junk. I actually thought maybe it was my lucky break. Hey, do you have your radio? Mine's dead.
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to help, but maybe I could stay, and we could talk like we used to.
Absolutely. I missed you, Will.
I missed you too.
Okay, you're sure it won't be too big of a surprise?
Honestly, Dorian, I've never seen Ruth receive a gift this big, so your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. Ruth! Hey, Ruth, wake up!
What the hell?
Hey, Ruth.
Why are you here?
So, we brought Will's truck, and we're here to help you pack. You're coming back to campus, if you want.
I'm what?
Dorian lives on a farm. Start there.
Right. I'm catering scholarship. I'm only at school because they gotta feed everyone, and I may have called my family for a favor for you, to get all your costs covered so you wouldn't have to spend all your time driving back and forth, and you only have to work for spending money.
Wait. Stop. Dorian, I can't repay you for any of this.
I don't want you to. Besides, now that you and Will are friends again, you and I are going to be hanging out all the time. And that means you're going to need an open schedule so we can go out to lunch and see new places. I saw this pamphlet for a 10-acre flower garden that's like 2 hours up north, so maybe we could take a day trip sometime soon.
Sure. Sounds fun, Dorian. Thank you. You didn't have to do this.
Of course. I wanted to.
And while we're gifting each other experiences, could you please let me take the bullet for you and be the one to tell Dr. Avery that you quit?
The Pit Below Paradise is a Neon Inkwell podcast, distributed by Rusty Quill and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 international license. The series is written and created by J. Evelyn Gaskell and directed by Micah Rodriguez and Stephanie Resendes. This episode was edited by Lowry Ann Davis, Nico Vitesse, Tessa Vroom, Meg McKellar, and Catherine Rinella, with music from Sam Jones. It featured Ian R.Q. Slater as Dorian, Fee Nelson as Will, Victoria Cheng as Ruth, Isabel Cruz as Paulette, K.T. Thomas as Ned, Lisa Stanley as Evelyn, Lisa Pengov as Maxine, and Tori Thompson as Margaret. A full list of performance credits is available in the show notes. Neon Inkwell is produced by April Sumner, with executive producer Alexander J. Newall and showrunner Elizabeth Moffatt. To subscribe, view associated materials, or join our Patreon, visit rustyquill.com. Rate and review us online. Tweet us at TheRustyQuill, visit us on Facebook, or email us at mail@rustyquill.com. Thanks for listening.